in library head office. Right now I'm working in digital banking department. Today I would like you take to the world of frauds, especially frauds in the digital banking, and that too digital banking frauds in recent past, the modus operandi, protection and strategies. So basically what is fraud in common person's language, layman's language? Fraud is any unauthorized transaction according to layperson. So as per the Indian Penal Code, a fraud is inferred as any behavior by which one person intends to gain a dishonest advantage over another. That is as per the IPC. But as we are in bank, we have to see how RBI guidelines say what is fraud. Fraud is deliberate act of omission or commission by any person carried out in the course of a banking transaction or in the books of accounts maintained manually or under computer system in banks, resulting into wrongful gain to any person for a temporary period or otherwise, with or without any monetary loss to the bank. It can be monetary loss or it can be without monetary loss. So we'll go to the first to understand what are the digital channels. To understand the fraud, this thing, we have to understand the digital channels in which the fraud happens. So I'll tell you about the digital channel fraud. Digital channels, that is debit card, ATM, internet banking, UPI and mobile banking. So debit card, I'll take you to the types of digital banking channels. Digital banking channels, debit card, ATM channels, point of sale, e-commerce, internet banking, mobile banking, UPI and IMPS. A debit card can be used at ATM for withdrawal of money. It can be used at physical point of sale, MPOS machines, at the shopping level, physical, where physical debit card is required. E-commerce. E-commerce is when we buy it online through our websites, through many shopping portals, and that is e-commerce, where payments are done through debit card. So first we'll take only debit card. Like before September 2021, we used to see a lot many debit card frauds happening in the ATM channels, because our banking environment in India, all the ATMs were not EMV capable, EMV readable, and not all the cards were EMV chip cards. So once all the banks converted that cards to EMV chip and the ATM machines were capable of reading EMV chips, and from September 2021, NPCI has blocked all the fallback transactions. What is fallback transaction? When the card transaction happens with the help of reading of MACstrip, it is called a fallback transaction. Scammers were used to be placed in the ATM machine to clone the cards, to take the data and make the MACstrip cards, and pinhole cameras were used to copy the pin. And clone cards were used to withdraw money from ATM and physical POS machines. But from September 2021, this has reduced. There is a significant reduction in the debit card frauds. Only now the frauds happen a very few here and there. We see debit card fraud that is due to customer negligence, that is loss of card and not hotlisted by the customer immediately. Customer sharing PIN unknowingly with somebody, or customer on the pretext of helping. Customers are helped in the pretext of being a friend or someone. They barge into the ATM and take the hold of customer's card and PIN, and they do the fraudulent transaction. And one more place where tap and pay transaction, where PIN is not required. When PIN is not required, you can do just near field communication. Tap the card and amount can be withdrawn. And this type of fraud happens. We have put a curb. Only 10,000 can be done in a day. So these frauds are curtailed to rupees 10,000. E-com and physical POS also, fallback transactions are, we have restricted our machines, we have restricted fallback transactions. E-commerce is the place where customers are very gullible and they prey for fraud, they are prey to fraudsters. Why? Fraudsters take the advantage of human nature attributes and they are lured because they are sometimes greedy, customers are greedy, sometimes they are ignorant, and sometimes they are they are fearful. They sometimes feel if my KYC will not be updated, if my Aadhaar will not be updated, if my electricity bill will not be paid, if something will happen, my debit card will be like deactivated, my account will be. So fraudsters take use of this fear, greed, and ignorance, and they make this customers share their OTP, share their passwords to them. Actually speaking, all these channels, our bank has kept two-factor authentications. In some of the channels, we have three factors. We have OTP, we have passwords, and we have in internet banking, we have transaction banking password, login banking password, and digital signatures. So somewhere we have three security. Then also knowingly, unknowingly, customers fall prey to it. In mobile banking, we have a device binding. That is a very good thing which curtails, which is like mobile banking. We can say there are nil frauds because of the fingerprinting biometric in that. UPI is one place again where there is a surge in the volume of transactions. If you see post-COVID, UPI transactions have been like tripled, and due to this, the frauds also have increased. But see, if you see the average amount of fraud, it is around 25,000 to 40,000 per customers. But sometimes if customers don't pay to the SMS, don't immediately hotlist the channel, don't immediately block the channel, then the loss can be more till his account is entirely swiped off. IMPS again, if the internet banking credentials are shared, IMPS via internet banking, also the same pattern of fraud. So the we can say कि when a customer reports fraud, we have to say, we have to first of all find out whether any banking system is at lapse or the customers has shared the credential. That is the first major thing. We at the fraud risk management team, we do first risk assessment, because we have so many customers. We have some X number of customers using net banking. We have some X number of customers having debit card with limits. We have X number of customers using UPI. So we have to have broad picture what areas can be like frauds can happen, and what areas we have to keep control, what measures we have to take. So to put in measures, we have to first go through the detection part. Detection is either customers call the call center, or customer visit branch, or they write to cyber cell, they complain to cyber cell, and then cyber cell coming to bank with the frauds. So there are 3-4 various means by which we come to know about the fraud happening. So first, when it used to be in the ATM channel, a pattern of customers used to come with the same pattern of fraud. A same set of customers you would like come and tell my account is debited with this amount, this amount. Then we have to find out which was the common compromise point from where the card credentials got shared. And we do our exercises and find out the common point, and then we plug it. So this way, every channel we have to find out, detect. In the case of UPI, in the case of wallet transaction, in the case of e-commerce, major reasons of fraud are not banking systems. The major reason is sharing of credentials. Again, sharing of credentials on the pretext of calling from bank, calling from insurance agent, calling from government authority, XYZ, and all that. So after collecting the information, reporting to RBI, we study the modus operandi. That is the part of investigation. We study how the frauds happen. And from there, we find out, are our systems vulnerable? Then we have to plug our systems. Or if it is customer faults, then also it's our duty to educate customer, to bring awareness, and education is our duty. It's not only at HO level, it is at branch level, and all the employees themselves also has to educate themselves about the fraud, how it happens and how to curtail it. Then we put in lot of restrictions. We put in lot of alert generation in our systems. We have a department, and department just just monitors the transactions. And when they monitor the transaction, because of certain rules, alerts get generated. We call the customer. We ask them, are you doing this transaction? If not, we block the card. We tell customer to immediately disconnect. So these are some of the preventive measures. We'll go in deep to see how the measures are taken. Now, in recent times, like this keeps on changing. Fraudsters also keep change their strategies. So if we see the recent fraud trends in digital channels, it is phishing, it is phishing, it is smishing. One more new QR code scanning is called quishing, and skimming of debit cards. Installation of skimmer devices in the ATM. It is now become old. So now, because all our bank ATMs, all banks ATMs have put in the security solutions for skimmers, now they are turning to some other types of frauds. Now, some of the few are wrong toll-free numbers and customer care numbers on the search engines. What is common customer? Common customer, if they want to complain somewhere, if they want to ask something, if they are held up something, they will try to search the toll-free number, and the searching in the toll-free number, searching the toll-free number in the search engine is the most dangerous thing, because fraudsters put their numbers in the famous search engines in the name of the famous companies like Blue Dart Courier Company, Amazon toll-free number, Myntra toll-free numbers. So when customer call them for any help, for any question, for any refund, they will just not answer. The ring will go, your customer ring will go. After some time, there will be a call on customer's mobile number. I am calling from so and so person. You had called for help. May I help you? How can I help you? And when the customer explains, this is the thing, I am held up here, my thing is held up here, I want to return this, I want to do this, they will try to pay some 5 rupees, 10 rupees, or they will tell them, I'll send you a link, click on the link. They will make them download the third-party applications, which will give the entire VNC to the fraudster. So by paying 5 rupees or 10 rupees through debit card or through internet banking, customer is sharing the credentials without even knowing that fraudsters are viewing entire thing. This is the most dangerous thing. Always customer has to go to the particular website of that particular seller, online seller, or any company or any courier agency, and then try a number. Fake and identical online shopping websites, same looking like the original websites. Many firstcry.com. Firstcry.com, they will change the spellings. They will make some little difference here and there. HDFC Bank, IDBI Bank, even the bank, our bank website can be like fake identical website. So customer unknowingly visit the websites. They go to the unverified links, and then they fall prey to the fraud. Deceptive UPI handles like PM Care at the rate, Corona Help at the rate, Vaishno Devi Helicopter at the rate. So these deceptive UPI handles make customer know that these are the original, PM Care is the original, and I'll pay in the PM Care with the good intention. Customer feels like helping and they will pay, and they will ultimately come to know that funds have gone to some fraudster's account and not to the PM Care fund account. Third party software download to transfer a nominal amount of ₹10. Like sample example, you will get, customer will get a message, your electricity bill is not paid. Customer will say, no, I have paid. No, it is not updated in the system, though you may have paid. So they will tell, I'll send a link, pay ₹10 and it will get updated. By sending the link, they will make sure that customer download the third party software and customer put their credentials and pay ₹10. When customer is putting their credentials, entire thing is visible to the fraudster through VNC. Sharing of credentials, login, OTP, UPI PIN, and clicking on links shared through SMS. Bulk SMS are sent by fraudsters. This SMS may read like this: bonus points credited, HDFC cards redemption points, this bank loyalty points, your bonus redemption, your 1+1 mobile this. So all these luring offers make customers share the credentials on the link shared through SMS. We should check where we are sharing our credentials. Customers visit fake and impersonated websites. Some websites are impersonate. Some, like a few, if I name it, shine.com was a very famous website which was run by fraudsters, and it used to promise jobs. So the young crowd, educated crowd looking for job used to fall prey to it. They used to pay a nominal fees amount, starting form amount, and then when they were paying the fees amount, in that they used to share their credentials on that website, and fraudsters used to empty their account. Lottery, loan, redemption points, investment opportunities. These are the common points where customer gets SMS and they fall prey to these fraudsters. So in the next session, we will take the preventive measures for different channels and we'll go through the different preventive measures.
सध्या इतर कोणाशी बोलत आहे. आपण प्रतीक्षा करू शकता. तर पुन्हा प्रयत्न करू शकता. आपने जिस व्यक्ति को कॉल किया है